Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another 22-man the ball video. Today we're doing predictions for the Premier League. This game week is quite a long one, so let's get into it. The first game is West Ham versus Newcastle, and on the basis of it, you'd have to say West Ham, because they're the stronger team. People thought this season Europe and everything will get in their way and halt their progress that they've shown over these last few seasons. But no, people thought Antonio as a lone striker would damage their season. But no, that's not been the case. They had a really good season, and they're having a little bit of a stumble recently, a few losses. But yeah, I'd say on a whole, they've done really well. Newcastle, obviously the new owners coming in, gave them that little boost. Eddie Howe's coming, he's changed the team style. They look decent now. I do think they could do with one or two more changes in the team to make them just push a little bit more up towards mid-table. But they're a good team, and on form, Newcastle, 3 wins on the bounce, the 2 draws before that. They beat Leeds, Everton, and Villa. Like, if you look on SofaScore, West Ham are the favourites, but Newcastle are miles off it apparently. But on the form basis, Newcastle are doing really well. As you can see now, you lot on the Instagram, if you haven't voted, there'll be one every single game week where you can vote on the scores. People have voted West Ham to win this week. 90% of you voted that. So yeah, it looks like you're saying West Ham. I'm also going to agree with you, West Ham, but I don't think it'll be as clean cut as you think. I think it'll only be a 1-0 West Ham win. So that's what I'm going to go with. A 1-0 West Ham win. And for the next game of the game week, we have Arsenal versus Brentford. Now, this game, is it a London derby? Arsenal are the outstanding favourites for this. Brentford, their form's a bit off at the minute. Their form's not been great at all. They have slipped down the table a little bit, not too much to be fair to them, and I think they'll still be relatively happy with a 14th place position. But you have to look at Arsenal. Their form was really good. Against Wolves, they won. Brentford's form, it's been declining a lot. They've got 4 losses and 1 draw in the last 5. It's not great, and outstanding odds, as you see, have predicted. You've gone 80% to Arsenal, and I think it's very clear that Arsenal are going to win this. I think a lot of people are bringing Ramsdale and other people into the FPL. But I'm also going to join you with Arsenal winning. I think it'll be quite convincing. I'm going to say a 3-0 Arsenal win. Obviously, when these two sides met early in the season, Brentford shocked them and won 2-0. So do we see that again? I don't think so. But you never know. You never know, Brentford. They're a great team to watch. Yeah, I'm going to say Arsenal to win 3-0. And the next game of the game week, we go to Villa Park, my club, even though I'm wearing a Rotherham shirt at the minute. That's because the Villa ones are in the wash. Don't worry about that. Villa versus Watford. The last time I watched this game at Villa Park, it might have been the last time I was at Villa Park, because Watford went down and came back up. Villa won last minute, where it was famous Halls, Mings, Konza, but then Konza's shot hit Mings and went in. In the head-to-head, I'm pretty sure Watford actually have it. I'm pretty sure Watford have had the best of it in the Premier League. Obviously, early in the season, under Dean Smith, Watford, also under Xisco, the 2 teams have completely different managers. Watford actually had a manager sacked, or join and be sacked in that time in Claudio Ranieri. But Watford's form is poor. They haven't scored in the last 4 matches. The one before that where they did score was a 1-1 against Newcastle. So you've got to look at Watford and think they're really weak. But if Villa are going to win, they will win this game. They had a bit of a poor time of it themselves, though, Villa, recently. Lost to Brentford, then draw to United. Then they beat Everton 1-0 away from home, which was a pretty good result. Then a draw against Leeds, where they bottled a 3-1 lead. And then the loss away to Newcastle, which was probably the worst performance I've seen this season, including the games under Smith, like where we lost 4-1 to West Ham. Obviously, I was at the Rotherham game, but I caught the second half, and even though we were better, it was still poor. I think there's going to be a lot of changes this game. I think a lot of the midfield will change, and maybe Watkins goes out for Ings. I don't know. It's going to be a different team, and hopefully a different result for me. You lot said 80% to Villa. and I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say Villa to win. I'm going to say 2-0, and I'm hoping it's more. Hoping it's much more and gets that spirit back in the squad that we could potentially push into the top half. But I think Europe's been a push. They're 10 points off now, so I think that dream's gone. So yeah, Villa to win. We hope. Now we move over to Brighton versus Burnley. This game is the game of the draw specialists. Burnley draw a lot. Brighton have drawn 3 of their last 5. Obviously, Brighton losing to Man United last time out wasn't a great game. It really wasn't a great game. But Man United came out on top. I do believe that this will be a draw. I don't know what it is. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be 0-0. And I don't think it's going to be a great game to watch. Watch it at your own risk. I'll say it now. Yeah, I'm going to say 0-0 with Brighton. You lot, as you can see, have gone 70% to Brighton, which means you are picking Brighton to win this game. So we'll see. But I think based on the evidence, I'm going to say a draw. Crystal Palace versus the Super League champions, the Club World Cup champions now, and also the Champions League champions. Chelsea are on an amazing trophy run. You have to give it to them. They're doing amazing. I think they're probably going to win the Carabao Cup, to be honest. However, they're coming to Crystal Palace with the Premier League form. It's not amazing. But saying that, I do think Chelsea have too much for Palace. Tuchel has never lost to Vieira. Tuchel, he's a great manager. Some of his tactics I don't quite agree with, but yeah, you have to give it to him. When he needs to produce, he has produced. I think people expected more of a title challenge this season, but Chelsea have won other things, and that's all that matters. As Trent says, a team like that up there just want to win a trophy a season. As a minimum, they want to win a trophy a season. Tuchel, in his just over a year, has delivered Chelsea, I think, 3 trophies. I think Chelsea just be too strong for Crystal Palace. And I'm going to say a 2-0 away win for the Chelsea. You lot, you just know Chelsea are going to win, apparently. So, yeah, you said 100% Chelsea, so fair enough. I think that we'll see a Mount and a Thiago Silva goal. Why not? Thiago Silva will score a goal. Now on to a game I don't think we need to talk about that much. Liverpool versus Norwich City. Norwich were on a great run of form until they played Man City. And I think it always seems to happen to them. But they're getting a good run of form. Like when Smith first came in, then they always seem to just play tough teams back to back. When a good run of form, they can't just play one and then move on to the next and try and get back on that good run of form. They've got to play 2 teams back to back. Liverpool, amazing run in the league so far, but they have dropped off Man City. Man City are clear at this point in time. I think this will be a very comfortable Liverpool win. I'm going to say 5-0. I'm sorry, Norwich. I do like you, Norwich, but I'm going to have to say 5-0 at Anfield, Liverpool. I'm going to say a Salah brace, a Mane goal, a Firmino goal, and we'll say a Van Dijk header as well. You lot said 100% Liverpool. I don't know what, I'm not surprised. Let's just move on. Now we move down to St Mary's, where Everton go away from home to play at Southampton in Frank's 3rd league game. Obviously, they lost to Newcastle in his first one, and then they just beat Leeds 3-0. It was a good performance from them. However, Leeds came close quite a few times in that match, and I do think Southampton are on a great run of form. Obviously, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. It doesn't really reflect that, but they're playing a lot better than they were at an earlier stage of the season. I do believe Everton will struggle in this game, if I'm honest, and I do think Southampton will push for a win. However, I think it's going to end up 1-1. I think that we'll probably see a James Ward-Prowse goal and a Richarlison goal. You lot said 70% Southampton, so you said Southampton win. I'm not surprised, but I think Everton will have that new manager win bounce that they seem to have at the minute. So, yeah, I think it'll even out. Now, probably the biggest game of the weekend, Man City versus Tottenham. You lot have said 82% to Man City. I would probably go with you. They're on a great run of form. But Spurs do tend to beat Pep, and we have seen that for a number of seasons now. However, I don't see it happening here, but I think it will be a close game again. I'm going to say 1-0 to Man City, and I'm going to say Bernardo Silva to grab the goal after an amazing game midweek for him. So yeah, Man City to win that one. Now we move on to a little bit of a derby this weekend. We have Manchester United going away from home to play at Ellen Road against Leeds. And what has gone under the radar a little bit is Manchester United's form in the Prem. They've won 3 of their last 5, but obviously the draws overshadow that, where they slipped Leeds to both Burnley and Southampton. But they did beat Brighton last time out it wasn't a convincing win, but they did get the win. And that's all that matters when you're trying to push for Champions League. Leeds' form is dropping off. I say form is dropping off. They never really got form. They had a couple of wins back to back. And a draw to Villa, and another loss to Everton, which realistically they were unlucky to lose 3-0, which doesn't sound right, but they were. They hit the woodwork quite a few times in that game. Rodrigo's looking very good at the minute. He just doesn't have a lot else. I think that's where Leeds will struggle in this game, and I'm going to say a 1-0 win to Manchester United, whereas you're also saying a win to Manchester United, quite a convincing one. So yeah, I think it'll be a good game to watch that one. So I'd definitely tune into that if you're free. And yeah, Manchester United to win. Now on to a game which is normally a good one. It's normally a good one to tune into. There's normally goals. However, Leicester of late, even though they beat Randers quite convincingly in the cup, in the Conference League, but Wolves' form is exceptional. They lost to Arsenal, but except for that, they've beaten teams like Spurs, United recently, and they're in 7th place. And I do think that they'll get a win here. I think it will be a close one, but I don't believe they'll keep a clean sheet this game. I believe it'll be a 2-1 Wolves win. You lot are also going for a Wolves win. In my 2-1 win, that also come from Neves and Saiss. And Leicester's goal will come from Daka. Now a midweek game which could prove vital to both of these teams. It's Watford versus Crystal Palace. I think it'll be actually quite an end-to-end game. Obviously, both teams play on the weekend. I believe Watford have a chance of winning both, really, with the two teams are playing not on the best of form. It kind of depends for me what happens in both of these two games. I mean, I think Crystal Palace will lose to Chelsea. Watford could do anything against Villa because it's Villa at the moment, and I believe in this game against Palace at home in midweek, Watford are gonna lose again. I don't think it'll be massive. I think it'll be 2-1 to Crystal Palace. I think it'll be a close game, and I think this was one that Roy Hodgson could get Watford the win. I'm just not convinced of Watford recently, but they're very close form-wise, so you never know what could happen in this game. You lot have gone convincingly Crystal Palace win. I think no one believes in Watford at the minute, but let's see if they can turn it around. And now we have Burnley versus Spurs, another midweek game. This is the other Wednesday game, and I think this will be quite convincing to Tottenham. I genuinely believe this is so that I think they'll lose City, and that'll be the 4th loss on the bounce for Conte. But I think this will be a 3-0 Tottenham win. Maybe a walk in the park. Come back to bite me. I don't know. You lot have gone for a convincing Tottenham win as well. But yeah, I think Tottenham will be very convincing with this win, and I think Kane will get 2 and possibly 1 for a midfielder I don't know, Harry Winks or someone. I want Tottenham to do well under Conte, or at least try to do well. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think Tottenham will win this quite convincingly. The next game, and I believe the final game on the Wednesday, is Liverpool versus Leeds. I mean, you lot, as you can see, don't give Leeds a chance, and neither do I. Neither do I. I'm going to say 3-0 to Liverpool. There's a chance it could be 3-1. I don't think Leeds can score against Van Dijk and Canate in the form they're in. Great win for Liverpool in the midweek against Inter. Great performance as well. And yeah, I just don't give Leeds a chance. Sorry, Leeds fans, if you're watching, doubt you are. But yeah, 3-0 to Liverpool. And the final game of the week, Arsenal versus Wolves. Again, it's going to be close. As you can see, you lot have given it a draw. I think this was one of the most voted on ones, and it's come out even. And I don't know who could win this. I really don't know. Obviously, Arsenal won 1-0 at Molineux, but I think it's going to be another close game. I could possibly see Arsenal nicking it again, but I'm not sure. And for that reason, I'm going to say it's going to be a 0-0 draw. So if anyone's got Ramsdale in their FPL, fair play. I brought in Ben White. So I'm hoping that Arsenal can keep clean sheet. And yeah, I'm going to say a 0-0 draw. But that will be it for the video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you want to vote on next week's predictions, that will be on my Instagram story. 22 men in a ball. There's a link to it in the description if you want to follow it. Please drop a subscription on this channel. It really helps it out. Drop a comment. Tell me what to do better. Or if you enjoy it, let me know. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. But until then, have a good time. Bye.
Shut up and sit down.